updates coming in. Now, the United States has said that it will send an additional $5.5 billion aid to Ukraine. The aid will comprise of $4.5 billion in budgetary support and $1 billion in military assistance. So, Srinjoy, coming back to you on this. So, this is one of the biggest aids which has been extended by US to Ukraine, and $1 billion specifically on military aid. We have been seeing that US has been an ally of Ukraine in this entire 6 months journey that we have seen into the war. But what we can in fact see is that while there has of course been reports of other allies in a way exhausting resources or in a way will to help out Ukraine, the US has said very clearly, reiterating its stand that they'll help out Ukraine till the end.
Yes, $5 billion is for budgetary support. That includes that $1 billion of weapons. Now, those weapons are very critical weapons that the Ukrainians really need. One is something that the Ukrainians have been crying for. This is the long-range artillery to counter the Russian artillery. This is where the Ukrainians were suffering. This is where the Ukrainians were getting beaten, is the artillery attacks by the Russians. And the Russians have long-range artillery, which is why the Americans are supplying and will continue to supply HIMARS, which is an acronym, and this is for long-range artillery. Now, with the long-range artillery, and it's also extremely potent and effective, the Ukrainians have said that they have been able to create a lot of opportunities. That is one. The other is this anti-tank missile that the Americans have produced. It's called the Javelin. That too has been very effective, particularly several months ago when the Russian tank forces tried to move towards Kiev. That is when the Ukrainian armed forces were very successful. So the Javelin and the artillery, primarily the artillery, is what the Ukrainians were crying for. And this $1 billion assistance includes a lot of these artillery systems.
Right, Srinjoy, these are, of course, clear indications that the U.S. is going to aid Ukraine as much as they can, even as the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. Thank you so much for joining us with that.